Walk into any gun store in America and ask which Glock you should buy. You will hear the same three answers you have heard for 15 years. The Glock 19, the Glock 17, the Glock 43, 3 pistols. Out of more than 30 currently in production, here is what nobody tells you. Most of the Glocks sitting in those cases right now are not the Glocks you should be carrying in 2026. Some are completely outclassed by their own newer siblings. Some are coasting on reputation while losing ground to platforms that did not exist 5 years ago. And some are genuinely exceptional pistols nobody talks about because they do not fit the simple narrative gun stores have been repeating since 2010. You have been buying the wrong Glock for years. Not because you made a bad decision, because nobody told you the truth about which models actually earn their place in 2026. That ends today. This is not a Glock hate video. Glock builds some of the most reliable pistols in production, and the platform earned its reputation across 4 decades of institutional service worldwide. But not every Glock deserves your money in 2026. Significant gaps exist between what serious shooters actually carry and what gets sold to people who walked in asking for a Glock and trusted the recommendation in front of them. 8 models earn their place in 2026. Every other Glock in current production either gets beat by one of these internally or gets beat by a competitor outside the brand entirely. If brutally honest carry content is what you have been looking for, subscribe right now. New rankings drop every single week. Number 8, Glock 26. Gen 5. Deep concealment carriers who want the most proven subcompact double-stack 9mm in production with full backwards magazine compatibility across the entire G19 and G17 family. The G26 has been the standard against which every subcompact double-stack 9mm has been measured since 1995. The Gen 5 update brought the marksman barrel, ambidextrous slide stop, and flared magwell to the platform. 10+1 capacity flush with full compatibility for G1915 round and G1717 round magazines without modification gives the G26 a magazine ecosystem advantage no other subcompact can match. At 21.7 ounces and 1.18 inches wide, it is not the slimmest subcompact in 2026, but it remains the most institutionally proven. 3 decades of law enforcement off-duty and backup gun service across multiple agencies validate the reliability record completely. Specs, caliber, 9mm, capacity, 10+1 flush, barrel, 3.43 inches. Marksman, weight, 21.7 ounces, width, 1.18 inches, price, $549 to $599. The verdict, 3 decades of subcompact service, full G19 and G17 magazine compatibility. The G26 Gen 5 is one of the only Glocks where buying the older proven version makes more sense than waiting for whatever comes next. Number 7. Glock 43 XMOS. Slim carry shooters who want a single stack profile with double stack capacity through the Shield Arms S15 magazine system in a Glock that ships optics ready from the factory. The 43X stock with Glock factory magazines is a 10+1 carry gun. With Shield Arms S15 magazines installed, it becomes a 15+1 carry gun in a package thinner than the G19. That single aftermarket modification transforms the entire value calculation of this pistol. The MOS variant adds a factory optics cut, accepting RMSC footprint red dots without adapter plates. Amerglow night sights ship standard. The 1.02-inch width disappears under standard clothing where the G19 still prints noticeably. For carriers running optics on a slim platform, the 43XMOS plus Shield Arms is one of the most effective configurations Glock currently produces. Specs, caliber, 9mm, capacity, 10+1 stock, 15+1 with Shield Arms, 15 to all. Barrel, 3.41 inches, weight, 18.7 ounces, width, 1.02 inches, price, $500 to $580. The verdict, slim profile, double stack capacity through Shield Arms, factory optics ready, Amerglow night sights standard. The G43XMOS is one of the most thoughtful Glock platforms in 2026 when configured the way serious carriers actually run it. Number 6. Glock 34 Gen 5 MOS. Competition shooters and home defense users who want the longest sight radius and the flattest shooting Glock in the modern lineup, with factory MOS optics integration. The G34 is the competition variant of the G17 and remains the platform Glock shooters select when shot placement at distance matters more than concealment. The 5.3 1-inch barrel produces measurably flatter shooting and tighter groupings than any standard duty Glock. The extended sight radius improves iron sight accuracy in a way that translates directly to reduced split times for experienced shooters. The MOS variant accepts direct mount red dots with the 4 standard footprint plates, 17+1 capacity. The G34 is not a concealment platform. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 17+1, barrel 5.31 inches, weight 26.8 ounces, optics, MOS plate system, price $749 to $799. The verdict: the longest sight radius in the standard Glock lineup. Factory optics ready. The G34 Gen 5 MOS is the Glock that competition shooters actually select, and the one home defense user should consider before any standard duty model. Number 5. Glock 20 Gen 5 MOS. Outdoor carriers, bear country backpackers, and serious 10mm shooters who want the most institutionally proven 10mm semi-auto in production. The G20 has been the dominant 10mm carry pistol since the platform launched. Bear defense in Alaska, backcountry hunting backup, serious wilderness carry. The G20 has earned every one of those use cases through documented field performance that no competing 10mm semi-auto can match on real-world sample size. The Gen 5 MOS update added the marksman barrel and factory optics integration to the platform, 15+1 capacity and a caliber that delivers significantly more terminal performance than any 9mm load currently produced. For carriers whose use case requires more than what 9mm offers, the G20 Gen 5 MOS is the pistol the serious 10mm community has settled on after evaluating every alternative. Specs: caliber 10mm, capacity 15+1, barrel 4.61 inches, marksman weight 30.71 ounces, optics MOS plate system, price $749 to $799. The verdict: the most institutionally proven 10mm semi-auto in production, marksman barrel, factory MOS. The G20 Gen 5 MOS is the Glock that earns its place because no other manufacturer has assembled a comparable 10mm field record at this scale. Number 4. Glock 47 MOS. Carriers and duty users who want the full G17 grip length combined with a G19 length slide and complete parts compatibility across the customs and border protection contract pistol. The G47 is the Glock that almost no civilian buyer asks for by name, and that most serious carriers should consider seriously. Built originally for the U.S. Customs and Border Protection contract, the G47 combines a full G17 grip frame with a 4.49-inch G19 compatible slide. That combination produces a handfeel more secure than the G19, with a slide profile easier to conceal than the G17. The G47 MOS ships factory optics ready, 17+1 capacity from the full grip frame. Complete parts compatibility with the G17 platform means accessories and spare components transfer without compatibility concerns. For institutional buyers and serious carriers who understand exactly why CBP specified this configuration, the G47 MOS is a superior carry platform to either the G17 or the G19 in their standard configurations. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 17+1, barrel 4.49 inches, weight 25.81 ounces, optics MOS plate system, price $649 to $699. The verdict: full G17 grip, G19 slide profile. CBP contract pistol. The G47 MOS is the Glock that institutional procurement chose over the G19 and G17 simultaneously, and the carry world should be paying significantly more attention to the reasons. Number 3. Glock 45 MOS. Duty carriers and serious shooters who want the G17 grip combined with the G19 slide in the most refined configuration of that combination, Glock currently produces. The G45 was the original full grip shorter slide hybrid before the G47 entered the lineup, and in 2026 it remains the version with the most aftermarket support and the broadest documented adoption. Multiple American law enforcement agencies have transitioned to the G45 as their primary duty platform, specifically because the configuration improves grip security for officers across hand sizes while maintaining a slide profile that holsters cleanly across standard duty rigs. The MOS variant ships optics ready with the 4-plate factory system. 17+1 capacity, the G45 has earned its place in 2026 through institutional adoption that the G19 and G17 individually have not matched in the patrol officer carry segment specifically. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 17+1, barrel 4.02 inches, marksman weight 24.98 ounces, optics MOS plate system, price $649 to $699. The verdict: multiple American police agency adoption specifically over the G17 and G19 in their standard configurations. G17 grip security, G19 slide profile. Factory MOS, the G45 MOS is the Glock that duty officers actually carry when the agency lets them choose. Number 2. Glock 21, Gen 5 MOS 45. ACP loyalists who want the most institutionally proven semi-auto 45 in production, with factory optics integration and ambidextrous controls. The 45 ACP cartridge has lost market share to 9mm across most carry conversations. The shooters who continue to choose 45 ACP do so for specific reasons, including documented terminal performance, suppressor host suitability due to subsonic ballistics, and personal training preference accumulated over decades of platform familiarity. For those shooters, the G21 has been the dominant high-capacity 45 ACP semi-auto since 1990. The Gen 5 MOS update brought marksman barrel construction, ambidextrous slide stop, and factory optics integration to the platform. 13+1 capacity in 45 ACP from a frame that conceals under standard cover garments. For 45 ACP carriers who refuse to switch calibers, the G21 Gen 5 MOS is the most refined Glock answer the company has ever produced in this chambering. Specs: caliber 45, ACP, capacity 13+1, barrel 4.61 inches, marksman weight 30.69 ounces, optics MOS plate system, price $749 to $799. The verdict: the most institutionally proven semi-auto 45 ACP in production. Marksman barrel, factory MOS. The G21 Gen 5 MOS is the Glock that 45 ACP shooters arrive at after evaluating every alternative and finding that nothing else in this caliber delivers a comparable institutional record. Number 1. Glock 19, Gen 6. The number 1 Glock in 2026 is the most predictable answer on this list. It is also the right one. The G19 Gen 6 launched January 20th, 2026, and represents the most significant generational refinement Glock has applied to its flagship platform in nearly a decade. Every update addressed a documented Gen 5 limitation directly. The factory flat-faced trigger replaces the curved trigger experienced shooters always identified as the weakest factory Glock component. The new F6 grip texture and integrated palm swell lock the hand in place under recoil at a level previous generations never achieved. The enlarged beaver tail allows a higher, consistent grip. The new optics shim system prevents screw loosening under sustained fire, fixing the one documented Gen 5 MOS concern institutional testing identified. 15+1 capacity, 4.02-inch marksman barrel, 23.6 ounces unloaded. 3 magazines in the box at MSRP $745. The G19 Gen 6 earns number 1 because it is the only Glock where the new generation delivers measurable improvements across every category Glock has historically been criticized for: trigger, grip, optics integration, specs, caliber 9mm, capacity 15+1, barrel 4.02 inches, marksman, weight 23.6 ounces, MSRP $745. Available January 2026. The verdict: number 1, flat trigger, RTF6 grip, new optics shim system. The G19 Gen 6 is the only Glock in 2026 where the newest version is genuinely worth the upgrade. 8 Glocks. Every other model in the current lineup either gets beat by one of these internally or gets beat by a competitor outside the brand entirely. The Glock platform has earned its institutional reputation across 4 decades of documented service, but that reputation does not transfer automatically to every model in the catalog. The 8 on this list earn their place in 2026 specifically. Every other Glock currently in production has to be evaluated against what is genuinely better, both inside the brand and outside it. Drop your current Glock in the comments and tell us which generation you carry. And if honest brand-specific content is what you have been looking for, subscribe. New rankings drop every single week.